A free ride? City Council looks at getting rid of a privilege that began when the C train started rolling. Western Premier's wearing the Team Canada jersey.
Why don't we hold off on this referendum talk for a year or two and see if we get these pipelines under construction?
But Alberta separatism casts a long shadow over their meeting. And talking it over for men's mental health.
We're there to show you how experiences share and craft greatness.
The supportive project that got started in a shed.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Ian White.
Good afternoon. The future of Calgary's free fare transit zone is still up in the air as council nears a debate on getting rid of it. For decades, passengers have been getting a free ride through downtown. Jordan Cannigan joins us from City Hall, and Jordan, the mayor and councillors say they've received overwhelming feedback about the issue.
Ian, so much so that some councillors who voted to scrap that free fare zone just a few weeks ago say they'll be changing their votes because they've heard from so many people who are urging them to keep the free fare zone around. It was actually at a city committee that recommended getting rid of the free fare zone earlier on this month. But council, of course, has the final say. That debate and decision has yet to happen. The free fare zone has existed downtown for more than 40 years. It allows people to hop on and off the train without paying between City Hall and the downtown West Kirby station. But city officials say getting rid of it could help boost the perception of safety and generate about $5 million per year. The mayor says he's heard from at least 1,000 people over phone and email in the last week who are in favor of keeping the zone.
And in this case, we know that the free fare zone is working. We know that it's working for residents, for businesses. We know that it's working for events and tourism. We are marketing Calgary 2 to 15 years out when it comes to major events and conventions. And having the free fare zone is one of those game-changing policies.
Now, that proposed plan to get rid of the free fare zone has also received pushback from several groups, such as the Calgary Chamber and Calgary Tourism, who want it to stay around. That debate has yet to happen, but that vote will happen sometime later on today or tomorrow. Ian?
Thanks very much, Jordan. Warning about the images in our next story. A woman was attacked on a C train platform, and you're about to see how badly bruised her face was following the assault. It happened on May 15th at around 7:30 p.m. Sandra Steffens says she was waiting on the platform at the Crowfoot C-train station when a woman ran at her, yelling to hand over her bag. Steffens was then hit in the face, thrown to the ground, and kicked multiple times. She lost consciousness and woke up in hospital with broken ribs and a concussion. Steffens spent 8 days there and will need facial reconstruction surgery.
I got beaten. I was sitting there trying to get on a train, and I got beaten the shit out of me, and I'm 11 days later, and I can't even go back to work. It's not right.
Charges have been laid against Brittany Mahanjin. The 34-year-old was previously charged with aggravated assault after an incident at the Lions Park C-train station in 2023. In 2012, she was convicted for killing her mother. A man has died following a crash on Crowchild Trail. This was the scene just before 2 this morning on the exit to Northland Drive. Police say the driver lost control and the car ended up hitting a concrete barrier. The driver was thrown from the vehicle, and when the car landed on its roof, it burst into flames. A 35-year-old man was declared dead at the scene. Police say drugs and alcohol are not considered factors in this crash, but speed may be. A crash this afternoon in the southeast between a semi-truck and a motorcycle. It happened just before 2:30 at the intersection of 61st Avenue and 68th Street. Police say the motorcyclist has been taken to hospital with serious injuries. The intersection is closed while police investigate. Canada's Western premiers pushed through Alberta separation talks to try to create a unified front in Kananaskis. Tyson Fedor is live in K Country. And Tyson, the meetings were awkward, tense, and at times playful.
Well, Ian, I can tell you right here where I'm standing is where the premiers put on that Team Canada approach today, taking photos and looking at how to diversify economic trade corridors throughout each of the provinces and knock down some of those federal trade barriers. But the elephant in the room today, Alberta separation, along with that referendum that's scheduled for later this fall. Now, today the premiers did start off with a photo opportunity. BC Premier David Eby has railed against Smith's separation plebiscite, calling separatists treasonous. He did gift the premiers, however, of Yukon, Northwest Territories, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta with a Team Canada Soccer World Cup jersey ahead of next month's World Cup. Manitoba Premier Wab Kinew quipped that Smith looked good in a Team Canada jersey. Eby and Premier Danielle Smith have had a strained relationship over pipelines and the MOU that was signed by Smith and the Prime Minister. Eby says that he remains anxious over Alberta potentially separating. As for Kinew and Smith, they were both asked about the duty to consult with First Nations when it comes to separation, and that's where things became uncomfortable.
We want to make sure that we have a very clear understanding of what the duty to consult really means and what it doesn't mean, and I think at the moment there's a lack of clarity on that.
It is not up to the petition gatherers to fulfill the duty to consult. It is up to you as the Alberta government to fulfill the duty to consult. Why don't we hold off on this referendum talk for a year or two and see if we get these pipelines under construction?
Now, despite the tension, Premier Smith did gift a gift of herself to these premiers. It was a brand new pair of cowboy boots for each premier to take home. The premiers, however, are committed to getting major projects built throughout each of the provinces and territories as a message to Ottawa. Ian?
Thanks, Tyson. A national survey suggests Canadians will travel less this summer, citing rising fuel costs as one reason. The survey conducted by TD shows a third of Canadians plan to spend less this summer. However, because of social media pressure, Gen Z Canadians are actually planning to spend more. One local travel expert says there are layers to the data, pointing out Canadians are more likely to travel within the country, and Alberta could stand to benefit.
They do want to travel. So what they're looking at is maybe shorter trips instead of a week, 5 days, maybe staying home, a domestic travel versus going international to Europe or other places.
Kayak Canada put out its summer trends report and found Calgary and Edmonton are in the top 5 for wallet-friendly Canadian destinations. Danielle, I noticed today, relatively early, that heat.
Oh, yeah.
Kinda nice
and we're
to feel.
just getting started. There's so much warmth in the southeast corner of our province. Heat warnings are in place and they're in the 30s. So let's start off with that. I'll show you the map here so you can get an idea of temperatures. The farther southeast you go, check Medicine Hat out. 35 degrees right now. It's 32 in Brooks. Drumheller is sitting at 31. And in Calgary, we're a reasonable 24 in comparison. This is, of course, why there are heat warnings in place for areas east and southeast of Calgary. We'll talk more about that coming up as well. And here's severe thunderstorm watches in place. Earlier there was a warning, but that system or that storm cell since died out. So that's good news because it was producing some larger size hail. All right, keep your eyes on the sky, though, because if you do see a system rolling towards you, take these ones seriously. 25 degrees is the temperature right now at the airport. It is a little breezy, which definitely helps things out. A lot to talk about for the next 24 hours. Your 24-hour forecast is brought to you by Fifth Avenue Volkswagen, family-owned, community-driven. Discover more at Fifth Avenue Volkswagen. Small chance of a thunderstorm this evening. Greater chance of a non-severe one through the overnight hours with showers. We may even see some showers carry into early tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow, later in the day, a small risk of a thunderstorm, most likely just a mix of sun and cloud, a high of 28, so even hotter tomorrow. Ian.
Thanks, Danielle. Last year, thieves broke into a number of stores and made away with trading cards. Coming up, charges after people got away with thousands of dollars in collectible items. And wanted for murder, a Canada-wide warrant issued after a man was killed in a southeast Calgary home. A large police presence at a property east of Calgary today near Delacour. We saw crime scene techs at the scene and 4 vehicles being removed by tow truck. RCMP say Calgary police are the lead investigators. A spokesperson says officers are executing a search warrant connected to a major crimes investigation. No other information has been released. Calgary police are looking for a man charged with murder. 25-year-old Makwe Niall is wanted on a Canada-wide warrant after the killing of a man in Ogden. Niall is 6 feet tall, 154 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. On March 25th, police responded to a report at a home of a fight at a home on Crestwood Road Southeast. 28-year-old Dor Thor Metkerjog was rushed to hospital where he died. Another man, 22-year-old Wediel Bois Met, was previously charged with second-degree murder in the case. Calgary police have charged 2 men following a number of collectible thefts. 4 stores in the southeast were hit last year between July and September. Investigators say the suspects used power tools to get into the stores and targeted collectible cards. They also relied on stolen vehicles and abandoned them after each incident. Police think they recovered about $10,000 worth of stolen merchandise. And Calgary police welcomed their newest members at a badge presentation ceremony, and the new recruits all got treats. 10 dogs are now officers and ready to start working. 4 will be regular service dogs, and 2 will be human remains detectors with City Police. 4 dogs are drug detectors with Alberta Sheriffs. As well, 1 horse is joining the Calgary Police Service. Dogs have been part of Calgary Police for over 60 years, and horses have taken part since 1910.
The dogs provide a very specialized, unique role that, frankly, us as human officers can't do on our own. Our patrol dogs are trained for locating suspects primarily, and that can be evidence, that can be people hiding inside buildings, compounds, people that have left the scene of a crime, missing folks, and then assisting with high-risk arrest.
All dog training is done in-house by experienced officers who must first spend at least 5 years working on patrol before joining the unit. Well, if you have a dog of your own, it might be a nice evening to go out because it's a hot summer-like night.
Yes, and in Calgary, we have less of a chance of seeing all the activity for this evening. So yes, it should be a nice walk. It's a little busier in other parts of southern Alberta. I'll show you that on the radar in just a moment. But here's your Skywatch weather camera. We have a bit of a breeze out there. We certainly have the heat that Ian mentioned, so 25 degrees in the city right now. Check out to the east of us, though. Drumheller 31, Brooks 33, Medicine Hat 35. So this is excessive heat. Of course, we're still just in May. That's a lot, and so 2 main ingredients for thunderstorm activity, having that instability and having this type of heat. So first we'll start off with the heat warnings. Foremost, many areas up through Medicine Hat, Champion, Drumheller, not just daytime highs being so high for the next few days, but also our overnight lows being in the high teens in these areas. So it's very hard to get any relief from the heat, even in those overnight hours, if you don't have air conditioning. So heat warning is issued for these areas. Calgary, we're on the border, so we're not in the heat warning criteria, but it's still pretty hot during the day for the next few days. We're borderline for the daytime highs over these next couple of days, and our overnight lows are still pretty warm in the teens. So excessive heat, but just not heat warning criteria just yet. Okay, and in the yellow here, these are the severe thunderstorm watches that are in place. Earlier, we did have a warning in place, and that's because of this cell that tracked up, but is now since dying out. This one did produce some hail. Also some thunderstorm activity in the Pincher Creek, Crowsnest Pass area and onto the BC side and up the mountains as well. Less likely this will track into Calgary, but in the overnight hours, we will see rain, and by that point, even non-severe thunderstorms are possible for Calgary. All right, so Calgary, we're not dealing with anything right now. There's that cell that was producing hail earlier, but now, again, no lightning associated with it, and it is starting to weaken as it tracks towards Cereal. So Cereal will see some rainfall, but likely not a thunderstorm from that. All right, let's go look at the future cast. For late tonight, 9:30, we're going to have some cells that are going to track up Highway 2. Some of these could be severe. By the time it gets to Calgary in these overnight hours, mainly just rainfall, potential for a non-severe thunderstorm in the city in the overnight hours, and then even isolated showers, small chance, but possible in the morning. This is a look at 8:30 in the morning. Then you can see some development in the mountains late day tomorrow, but it should stay off towards the mountains. But Thursday is when we have a chance again later in the day of getting into severe thunderstorm criteria. We'll have the heat, we'll have the instability. Check out these daytime highs for the next 3 days, 28, 29 degrees. Overnight lows in those teens, 14, 13 degrees. Our greater risk for a severe thunderstorm in the city as late Thursday. And then by Saturday, the heat will get knocked out. Rainfall possible up to 10 millimeters on Saturday, and by then a high of 19.
Thank you, Danielle. He's had big hits, both as a solo artist and with Florida Georgia Line.
Dry wood makes good fires, good years make good swings. All that's all good, but for me, God makes 5'9" brown eyes and a sundress look.
Still ahead, Tyler Hubbard on looking forward to performing in Calgary a month from now at Country Thunder.
This truck made her fall in love. Jack makes good whiskey, but God makes the good stuff.
Markets sell off after some record highs. Joining me is Liana Wachniak, investment advisor with the Popwich Karmali Advisory Group. And so, Liana, why did we see the market sell off from these highs today?
Well, today was the first trading day of the week, of course, for the U.S. side of the border after the market was closed yesterday over the Memorial Day holiday. So there was a lot of digesting happening in the market for some of the news that came out over the weekend. In particular, traders were watching the Iranian negotiations very closely. There's been a lot of rhetoric back and forth about getting closer to a deal, but maybe not quite there yet. And there's a bit of managing of expectations going on by the administration right now. So that's partly why we saw the sell-off on both sides of the border today, with the Canadian market starting off by leading the charge after we closed at a record high yesterday on some of the optimism around that.
Meantime, there's some alarming data about Canadians and insolvency.
That's right. We've actually seen them hit the highest level volume-wise since about 2009. We also are seeing the severity of some of those consumer protection from a higher debt load perspective and a higher mortgage debt load perspective. So both of those numbers are increasing. There was a bit of a silver lining in this report, though, because it looked like Canadians are doing their very best in order to try to remain financially responsible and make financially conservative choices. So the number of new credit cards that are being applied for has dropped to a 4-year low. We also saw a 5% drop-off in the amount of new auto loans. So Canadians are trying to take on less debt and trying to pay it off on a regular schedule, but sometimes the economics is just working against us.
Okay, Liana, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Canmore is moving ahead with a new tax structure to help fund affordable housing. Town Council has approved a higher tax rate for many homes that are not primary residences. It's expected to raise $4.4 million this year, which will be spent on measures for affordable housing. The median house price in Canmore is $1.2 million, and vacancy rates are low, making it difficult for the people who work in Canmore to live there. Manitoba's premier is calling on Danielle Smith to pause the fall separation vote. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Ian. Wab Kinew says with all the provinces planning mega projects right now is not the time for uncertainty. He's asking for a 1 or 2 year pause. Coming up at 6, we'll have more on Danielle Smith's response, plus reaction from the other Western premiers. Also ahead, a new survey shows Canadians will be traveling less this summer. So why is the demand for vacations to Calgary surging? Join us at 6 for the answer. Ian.
Thanks, Tara. Tyler Hubbard performs in Calgary June 27th as part of Country Thunder. This is the first year the festival is in June, providing a taste of country music 1 week before the Stampede. And joining me from Nashville is Tyler Hubbard. It's wonderful to see you.
Hey, how you doing?
We're doing great. So listen, what kind of special memories do you have of performing in Canada?
Oh my goodness. To be honest, I've said this for years, but I absolutely love the fans in Canada. Always look forward to coming up there, whether it's a festival. I got a lot of festivals that come to mind where the crowds and the fans are just next level excited, and they come with that energy, man. I don't know what it is, but I love that about Canadians. And I also, another memory that comes to mind is I ended my very first solo headline tour in Toronto, and that's one that stands out. Had some great memories in Toronto, and the fans there are amazing as well. But that was a special show for me, a special way to end the tour, and one of my favorite places in the world. So yeah, can't wait to come back for sure.
At Country Thunder here in Calgary, you and Kane Brown are performing on the same night. How is that a good mix, the two of you together?
Well, Kane's awesome. You know, he's a good buddy of mine. We've toured together a few times actually for, extensive tours. So we know each other well, and he is one of the best in the business. You know, he puts on a great show. He never disappoints. I think the fans are going to be in for a real treat, and I'm honored to share a stage with him. And it's a strong lineup. It's going to be a lot of hits, a lot of fun.
Country Thunder on June 27th. To see my extended interview with him, visit ctvnewscalgary.ca. We are looking at summer-like heat for the next few days. Right now in Calgary, mainly sunny and a beautiful 25 degrees. Danielle has the details just ahead. So we have...
It's hot.
It's hot. And it's going to be hot for the rest of the work week, not so much by the weekend.
Yeah, by the weekend things cool down. So the heat will break, a system will move in and drop the temperature, and a good amount of rainfall as well, which, as you know, when we get this kind of heat, especially to the east of us, we get into a higher wildfire risk. So we need some rainfall. We'll get at that, especially on the weekend. 25 degrees current temperature. Also today's daytime high. Normal's 18, records in 30s. So we're not record breaking here, but some communities likely broke a record today that got into the 30s. Okay, 28, 29 degrees for the next few days. Our greatest chance of severe thunderstorms is late Thursday.
Thank you, Danielle. What started as a gathering inside a backyard shed has turned into a valuable resource for men's mental health. Kevin Halliday is the founder of Shed Talk in Calgary. It all began about 6 years ago with friends and neighbors meeting in his shed. The conversation turned from sports to issues men were facing. Halliday turned the idea into a podcast and also hosts gatherings every second Wednesday where men talk about all kinds of issues facing them and affecting their mental health.
We don't have 50, 60 guys in a circle and we're talking about this. No. It's very strategic. It's very focused on how do we build this together through experiences, not throwing therapy down someone's throat. We're there to show you how experiences share and craft greatness.
A registered social worker also helps guide the conversation to ensure men find the resources they need to heal. For information about Shed Talk, go to our website, ctvnewscalgary.ca. Thanks for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.